Director General, there were 87 members, and when I left, it was 150-something countries. So, and in my last attempt to enlarge the membership of the organization was convincing Iraq and Libya, for example, to join in. And when I announced this to member states, it was a shock to the Americans, I believe, because they had plans already to take some action, military action against Iraq. According to the information that I had, it was obvious that during the first Iraqi war, everything had been destroyed, and there was nothing left for Iraq to be accused of still possessing chemical weapons. The accusation was that my management style was not agreeable to the Americans. They managed to put together a conference that was illegal according to the convention, and that conference was the one that ousted me for the lack of support.
One man was particularly opposed to Bastani being chief of the OPCW. John Bolton was then the Under-Secretary of State for Arms Control and International Security Affairs. He's now been appointed as the US National Security Advisor and will shortly take up his post. Bastani says his intentions to make Iraq a member of the OPCW stood in the way of US ambitions.
I got a phone call from John Bolton from Washington. The first time I had contact with him, he said that I had instructions to tell me that I should resign from the organization, and I asked him why. He said, your management style is not agreeable to Washington, to Dick Cheney, the vice president, etc. I said, no way, I don't accept that. So he came to The Hague, and he came to my office, and he said, you have to resign, and I give you 24 hours. This is what we want. And I said, no way, I don't have any reason to do that. I don't owe it to you. I was elected by acclamation by all the member states of the organization. It's only you, the United States, they are challenging my management style. And he said, but then again, I tell you, we have already discussed with your government that you should resign. I said, I don't know of any agreement with my government. And then he said, okay, so there will be retaliations, and prepare to accept the consequences. We know where your kids are. And that moment, two of my kids were in New York. They studied in the United States. One of them is American, for that matter, was born in New York. He's Brazilian American. And I had another daughter in London. And I said, I'm prepared. My family is aware of what's going on, so it's prepared to face the consequences. So go ahead. And he was a little bit shocked with that, and he left. He's not a man you can have a dialogue with.